It's not a phrase that I use generously. There are very few products here that can literally change your life. There's a lot that make them more fun and better and beautiful, but products that change your life for the better, this is one of them. If you are one of the tens of millions who suffer from hereditary hair loss, there is an answer via the first medical device that is FDA cleared to regrow hair in men and women. If you own the HairMax, please do me a favor and call me. 1-800-395-1601 because you will help change lives as well. This is the LaserBand 41. She is wearing a headband right now and could be, if she chooses, reading a book, on the phone, watching TV, and is there we go. Everybody's gonna think we rehearsed that, but we didn't, I swear. And she's regrowing her hair. Now, I also acknowledge this is an investment, but if it's worth 6 months later looking and seeing hundreds of brand new hairs on your scalp, then I think it's got to be worth it. Ellen Langus, you're joining me. This is my first time presenting it with you. I've been on with Randy many times. He knows how passionate I am about this. But this is a newer model that I've not seen before. This is really exciting.
Newest model, the LaserBand 41, and you really summed it up. I mean, this is an FDA-cleared medical device that regrows hair for people who suffer from hereditary hair loss, and that's 30 million women, 80 million people altogether, 50 million men.
The stigma is that it's just a man's problem,
It
right?
really is, but so many women, including myself, suffer from hereditary hair loss. And why I love the LaserBand 41 is this is the best of all worlds. It's hands-free, I know. And it's so lightweight. You know, Shelly has her cell phone here. This is only about six ounces, so the same
Your phone probably weighs more.
as the phone, right? And it's so short, 3 minutes, 3 times a week. And that's what Shelly's doing right now. She's regrowing her hair.
So usually we spend an entire hour talking about this. We have like less than 8 minutes. So if you don't mind, I want to jump right into the proof, right? The pictures. Because if you're thinking it's just a few fine baby hairs that are going to pop back up, take a look at this.
Take a look at this. This is actually a woman who has her hereditary hair loss. And you'll see that she has a lot of loss at the top of her head. This is after just 26 weeks. Now, these are with a different device that has fewer lasers, but the identical technology in it. And you're seeing that the hair has completely regrown in the front. And I mean, imagine your self-esteem, you know, when you had before and then after.
Oh my God. Now, by the way, you guys, you get 6 months to use this before you, I know a lot of times we do 30 days.
Right.
We're giving you 180 days.
You have half a year.
The results that you are seeing, though, are from 26 weeks.
Right. So this would be that.
Right.
Yes. But you will start seeing your regrowth within 16 weeks, which is just 4 months. That's this May, graduation, weddings, etc. But this is the kind of hair loss I had right down the part, and especially in the back. And here's a man. Now, you and I, when we do our hair or try things on, we're always looking at the back to see what's going on, right?
All the mirrors all around.
Exactly. But a lot of men don't, so they don't even know that they have
until
that
somebody else calls it out.
Yeah, but what a wonderful thing to be able to regrow your hair. And this is using laser technology. It's low-level light laser. And it's funny, you had the epilator on earlier that takes
get
off
rid of it in the places that you don't want it and put it where you do. I know.
But it's just the right type of laser. And you have 41 lasers, so that's quite a bit. And it goes from side to side. So that's why I love this, because it goes from ear to ear.
So walk me through, because I know we don't have a ton of time. Like, you know, I get it home from start to finish. What do I do?
You're going to charge it up. It's going to take about 3 hours to charge it. It comes with a plug. You can either charge it on the cradle or right in the device. And then you put it on, and you're going to feel it vibrate after 30 seconds. You simply push it back about 2 inches. The idea is to cover your entire scalp. And what's happening is you're not treating your hair, you're treating your scalp. So these hair parting teeth are going to let the laser light gently bathe your scalp with laser and then go all the way to the back, especially if you have that little part back there. And then you're done. So you do this just 3 minutes and 3 times a week, and within 16 weeks, you should see your hair growing back.
Do you have 9 minutes a week to spend to regrow hair? Now, we always like to level set expectations. It is not for everybody. We want to show you on the chart for whom it's best.
Yes, this is an industry chart, so you can see where we've shaded in where we have actually done the clinical testing. And this is where it really works well. Now, nothing's wrong with starting earlier up the top, but if you have the widening part or at the temples or in the back of your hair, that's where we have tested. And then in the men, the same thing, where you see the dark shaded area, which is general thinning, the back, the top. But if you're down in the lower area, and that's what I want people to pay attention to, if you have a shiny spot, and it's been that way for over a year, you've waited too long.
Okay,
and that's why I really stress, start now before it's too late to do that.
And then also
the
certain skin types. Yeah.
This is what we tested on, and that would be light skin to brown skin. Because we have to count dark hairs on the scalp, we weren't able to test on very dark skins, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Right. So long story short, it's worth the try. Now, here's
Exactly.
the thing, and I hate to put like the urgency, pedal to the metal kind of thing, but your event price will go up to almost $500 at the end of the month. This is a medical device that is FDA cleared. And I acknowledge that still puts it at an investment. That's why we spread it out over 6 months' time with 6 easy payments. And you have 6 months. At the end of 6 months, if you are not happy with your results, we want you to send it back. But this has been tested, and so my next question to you would be, from like test results, how many hairs are we getting over the 6 months' time? And I know you've measured.
We've actually measured them, and that is the average of 129 new hairs per square inch. Think about a square inch. It's the size of a postage stamp.
That's a stamp.
Right? So then think about all those postage stamps all over your head. That's
thousands of hairs.
and lots of hairs. And that's the average regrowth. And this will work on about 90%.
She's still on the phone.
She's ordering. She's ordering. I know
In fact, we'll head back over here too.
Yes, sure.
In 3 minutes' time, and this is 41 lasers. There are different models here at QVC out on the market, and the results that you saw were actually from a previous model that had fewer lasers. A lot of you have said, I'm willing to hold the comb to my head, right, to get the results, but man, if there's a hands-free version of this, it would be so much easier to use. That's why this has been designed with 41 lasers. You basically place it on like a headband, move it after the prompt to cover the entire scalp. I often say, really what it's doing is it's instructing your hair follicles to do what they used to do.
You know what? They're just gotten lazy.
Right.
Like a lot of us do with exercise. You know, you need that little extra stimulation, and that's what the laser light does. What I wanted to point out real quick on Shelley is around the temple areas. This is where a lot of women have some trouble. They've been wearing their ponytails tight, or menopause. When menopause sets in, a lot of women are losing hair. Well, do check with your doctor to make sure your hair loss is from menopause, but this is why you would start using this. The other thing is the ponytail. If your ponytail has started to get thinner and thinner.
Right, you used to wrap the band twice, and now you can go 3 times.
Yeah,
I know what you're
exactly.
talking about.
That's where you're going to love this, and that's why I love the fact that this is a headband. It goes all the way around, and you'll see in this gentleman in this next picture, look at this. He had very, very heavy thinning all over the top of his head.
I'm guessing in that before picture, he's thinking he's too far gone.
Really?
Right? And then to come back 6 months later and see, oh my gosh.
And I would say borderline, and you'll see the very back, that might have been a little too far gone, but now he needs a
lot happier
haircut,
now.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, and it really does age you.
Oh, I'm so glad you show this. I think this is the area a lot of women can identify with, right?
That's what I was talking about, exactly. The thinning around the temple, and look how much that has filled in.
Wow.
You don't even think
Take
that
your
you
own
have hair
before
loss.
picture, right? Because when it happens slowly over time, it might be hard for you to really gauge if it's working or not. Well, take your own before picture. I know, honey, you said you could relate to this next one, right?
I said this was my problem, and still is, but you can hardly see it now. That lengthening part, and look how wide it's getting. And because I have gray roots, on top of it, it looked like a runway. So I'm sitting at a party on the steps, and someone came behind me and sat down on the step above me. And all I could do is think, she's looking right down on my head. And I got up and laughed. It was so embarrassing.
About. Like this is it's distracting if it diverts you from truly enjoying day-to-day life. If you don't want photos taken from up above, if you're looking in the mirror and it's just heartbreaking to you, or you're trying to come up with remedies, I guess I'll cover it with a hat. I guess I'll get a touch-up powder. If you're scrambling for answers, I feel it's at least worth investing in the easy pays to try it. And I wouldn't feel that confident if I said all sales are final, right? But you have 6 months to try this out. And if you're not seeing results like you do on the screen, we want you to send it back.
Yeah.
But we've heard so many powerful testimonials, women and men calling us almost or literally in tears. And I always ask them, well, if we gave you your money back, would you just give the device back? And the answer is always, heck no.
Right, they'd buy it again. And you know, this was clinically tested. I'm like, show me the proof, right?
Sure.
And over 400 men and women in clinical tests around the country at University of Miami, University of Minnesota, and that's where we've gotten these wonderful clinical results. And you just saw
like it was already so great, but you were like, let's just make it hands-free.
Right?
So we really appreciate
exactly.
that. Thank you so
and quick,
much.
right?
Yeah, and quick too. Well, that's
Thanks,
the American
Jennifer.
way, right?
Thank you.
827-3550 for the LaserBand 41. It's at least worth a try. So I have 2 more hours with you. The next is all about pretty sparklies, a whole hour.